we have to stop asking about how, if white supremacy and policing exists, and I think we need to start figuring out how we can better determine the scale of this problem. Systemic racism is about the laws that are on the books. It is about the types of enforcement that happens. It's about how many officers get designated to some communities more than others that yields racial disparities in their outcomes. It doesn't have to do with litigating each and every one individual officer.
White supremacists have infiltrated police departments and could lead to tolerance of racism against Black communities. Last November, one of your officers was caught on camera tackling a Black teen in foster care who lives without arms or legs, Sheriff. What kind of treatment did that officer get? Was he held accountable?
Well, first, we presented that as we should. We put the officer on immediate leave and presented that matter to the county attorney's office, who made the decision to decline criminal charges. That was not
so he was never charged, correct?
That was a basis.
Do you think that is also leading to people not wanting to work for a police force that is, constantly involved in criminal activity and assault of innocent civilians?
Well, it was deemed not to be criminal activity, ma'am, because the attorney's office made that decision. I did not make that decision.
Oh, I know. Sheriff, the system is broken, and I know you don't want to face the fact that you and your son are in a system right now that is broken, and I know that you're deterring away from talking about it in that way.
Across our country, racism is often ingrained in official and unofficial police trainings. I think it is worth repeating history. And the roots of policing are inextricably linked to the antebellum slave patrols of the South that led to the establishment of all-white police departments. Mr. Meanick, given your experience with white supremacist groups, do you think that contemporary organizations have tried to continue this campaign of influence on law enforcement?
Thank you for the question. Yes, ma'am. I believe that a lot of the old neo-Nazi groups have now become more groups like the Proud Boys, and a lot of those Proud Boys are filling and wanting to be police officers. They're now flying the cop flag at all their rallies and in their homes. I mean, so the Proud Boys, who used to be what I would have considered and are the neo-Nazis of the early 90s and 80s, are planning to gear up to become law enforcement.
You can't really reform a department that is rotten to the root. What you can do is rebuild. And so this is our opportunity, as a city to come together, have the conversation of what public safety looks like, who enforces the most dangerous crimes that take place in our community.